could have sworn it was open.
Rookie move.
I was a rookie once.
Caitlin Clark.
Aren't you Rookie of the Year?
That was last year. Ancient history. The stories that I could tell you. Here, pull up a chair.
Okay, I meant this rookie driver made that rookie move.
Whoa.
Dude.
You need someone with more experience. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, State Farm's here to help, no matter how long you've been in the game.
Game? Oh, man.
Rookie move.
Sponsors just made their choice, and it was not the WNBA. They picked Caitlin Clark, and the league is the one dealing with the chaos. Before the Nike Super ad, before the record-breaking rookie year, this story really starts in a simple State Farm commercial when Caitlin was still at Iowa. On paper, it was just another safe brand spot with a popular college player. But the second that ad hit the internet, something strange happened.
What does it take to achieve greatness? To rewrite history and go places no athlete has ever gone before? It takes passion, heart, and a community that's there for you every step of the way. State Farm is proud to cover greatness.
Caitlin did not look like a nervous student reading off a teleprompter. She looked like someone who had been doing national campaigns for a decade. Her timing was perfect. Her reactions felt natural. She held the screen the way a movie star does, and the numbers backed it up. That one little ad outperformed full WNBA Finals marketing pushes. More engagement, more watch time, more people actually talking about the brand. Inside boardrooms, the conversation shifted overnight. It was no longer, should we do more with women's basketball? It became, how do we get Caitlin Clark, and what will it cost us if we do not? Nike, Gatorade, Wilson, State Farm, every major sponsor started running the same calculation. Why spend millions spreading budget across an entire league when one player is clearly moving the needle by herself? On social media, on YouTube, on TV, the pattern was obvious. If Caitlin was in the clip, it traveled. If she was not, it struggled. But while brands were quietly planning how to grab a piece of the Caitlin economy, Nike had a very different problem. Fans were starting to call them out. Viral Dear Nike style posts slammed the company for using phrases like believe in women while staying silent when female athletes needed real support.
Nike.
Dear Nike.
Dear Nike. Why won't you stand up for me?
Why won't you stand up for me? Why won't you?
Why do you claim to support women and girls?
Yet when we need you most,
you remain silent.
Today, males are claiming our identity,
our sports,
our spaces.
Men and boys are stealing opportunities, medals, trophies, and our future.
And it's not fair or just.
In fact, it's often dangerous. Yet you refuse to use your platform to stand up.
You say you're for social justice and progress.
So why do you allow men's rights to come before ours? See, with a big platform
comes an even bigger responsibility.
You have a chance to do the right thing,
not just do the easy thing.
So we're asking you, Nike.
So we're asking you, Nike.
So we're asking you, Nike.
As the biggest voice in all of sports.
Will you stand up for me? Will you stand up for me?
Will you stand up for me? Will you stand up for me? Will you?
People were asking, do you actually stand with women, or do you just sell shirts with slogans? At the same time, the one player everyone wanted was a woman they could not afford to mishandle. Caitlin was becoming the face of an entire generation. If Nike stayed away, they looked out of touch. If they jumped in and messed it up, they proved the critics right. Their answer was not a press conference. It was a commercial. Lights down, locker room, silence. Caitlin alone, sitting with her thoughts. The camera creeps in. She opens her eye. For a split second, it looks like a snake. Then, you realize it is the Black Mamba logo sitting inside her pupil. The message is not subtle. This is the new ruthless competitor, This is the one who does not blink.
And I saw this commercial yesterday on social media. I thought it was so cool. There's a shot when she's in the locker room and she opens her eye and it like turns into what looks like a snake eye, but when you zoom in, it's actually the Kobe logo in her eye. And as you know, Kobe's nickname was the Black Mamba. I just felt like across the board, this commercial was a 10 for 10. And a lot of people have been getting on Nike because they don't feel like they have been promoting Caitlyn as much as they should. But I will say we have to give credit where credit is due. I feel like in the past month or so, they have been tweeting about Caitlyn more. And then obviously with this shoe release, they made this super sick commercial to promote it.
The ad hits the internet and explodes. Millions of views, reaction videos, slow motion breakdowns of that one eye shot. People calling it one of the best basketball ads in years. Nike gets the halo effect, but behind the scenes, every marketing executive sees the same thing again. When Caitlyn is the center, people care. When the logo or the league is the center, people scroll. That is where the real shift happens. Sponsors do not just support women's basketball in general anymore. They start carving out budget with her name written on it. Caitlyn campaigns, Caitlyn capsules, Caitlyn segments, Caitlyn events. And that is exactly where the chaos starts for the WNBA. On the surface, everything looks amazing. Her games sell out. Ticket prices jump the second her team is in town. Networks suddenly want more of her in prime time. Her jersey sells out. Her signature basketball becomes a collector item before she has even finished her first season. But look at the rest of the map. Teams that do not have Caitlyn come through that often are playing in half-empty arenas. Other stars, even MVPs and champions, are getting a fraction of the national ad time. League-wide campaigns that used to lift everyone now feel like an afterthought next to whatever Caitlyn is doing this week. If you are a veteran who spent a decade building the W, and you watch a rookie scoop up almost every headline, every sponsor, and every national commercial, how do you feel? Proud that the game is finally getting attention, but also, honestly, a little invisible. That tension leaks into everything. Owners start asking the league for more access to her games. TV partners want their schedules built around her calendar. Fans fight online about protecting the league versus riding the hot hand. Some players hint that the playing field does not feel level. Others point out that without her, the money is simply not coming in at all. Sponsors did what sponsors always do. They followed results. They picked the asset that delivered. From their point of view, it is simple. Caitlyn gives them numbers the league never could. But for the WNBA, that choice has a cost. If most of the new money flows through one player, what happens to the rest of the ecosystem? What happens to small market teams that used to rely on league sponsors to survive? What happens to the next generation of stars if brands decide it is Caitlyn or nothing? There are two paths from here. In the bad version, the league stays fragmented. Sponsors keep cherry-picking the same one or two names. Other teams and players fall further behind. Resentment grows. The WNBA looks like a one-woman show instead of a rising league. In the better version, the WNBA uses Caitlyn's numbers as a weapon. They walk into TV meetings and say, "This is what one player can do. Imagine what we can do if we build real rivalries, real storylines, and put more stars in the spotlight." They negotiate smarter deals. They package games in ways that force attention on the whole product, not just one player. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Sponsors did not just pick Caitlyn Clark over the WNBA. They picked clear results over a struggling brand. Now the league has to decide whether to fight that or to use it. If you were running the WNBA, what would you do? Would you build almost everything around Caitlyn Clark and ride the wave? Or push back and try to spread the spotlight, even if it means leaving some money on the table? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you are still watching, drop Caitlyn Economy down below, so I know you made it to the end.
Since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing.
Nike faced an unprecedented crisis. After months of public pressure from women's sports advocates, the brand was accused of abandoning female athletes despite decades of girl power messaging.
See, I don't know what it is between Nike and Caitlin Clark, but for some eerie reason, seems like Nike really much don't respect Caitlin Clark. Or am I tripping? Get down in the comment section right now. Let me know if y'all think Nike respect Caitlin Clark. Because to me, this is my own personal opinion and my own observation of what I've been seeing for the last 2.5 years. Nike don't really respect Caitlin Clark like that. And to me, every other brand do.
Everyone wanted to know, would Nike step up for Caitlin Clark or would they hide? Their answer shocked the internet, and it all started with one eye. Before the Nike storm, before the global phenomenon, Caitlin was just another college athlete. But the State Farm commercial changed everything. It wasn't scripted nervousness. It was professional effortlessness. One single commercial outperformed entire WNBA final marketing campaigns.
What does it take to achieve greatness? To rewrite history and go places no athlete has ever gone before? It takes passion, heart, and a community that's there for you every step of the way. State Farm is proud to cover greatness.
Brands noticed immediately. She wasn't just an athlete who could do ads. She was an advertising engine disguised as an athlete. From that moment, the biggest brands in the world wanted her. But Nike had a problem they didn't anticipate. As Caitlin's fame skyrocketed, Nike found themselves facing unexpected heat. Fans and advocates called them out publicly with viral Dear Nike messages. The accusation was simple but devastating. You talk about supporting girls and women, but you refuse to truly stand up for them. Where were you when it mattered? Where was your voice?
Nike.
Dear Nike.
Dear Nike. Why won't you stand up for me?
Why won't you stand up for me? Why won't you?
Why do you claim to support women and girls?
Yet when we need you most,
You remain silent.
Today, males are claiming our identity.
our sports,
Our spaces.
men and boys are stealing opportunities
Medals, trophies.
and our future.
And it's not fair or just.
In fact, it's often dangerous.
Yet you refuse to use your platform to stand up.
You say you're for social justice and progress.
So why do you allow men's rights to come before ours? See, with a big platform,
Comes an even bigger responsibility.
you have a chance to do the right thing.
Not just do the easy thing.
So we're asking you, Nike.
So we're asking you, Nike,
So we're asking you, Nike.
as the biggest voice in all of sports,
Will you stand up for me? Will you stand up for me?
Will you stand up for me?
will you stand up for me? Will you?
The pressure grew. Nike's silence was becoming its own kind of answer. Then, Nike did something nobody expected. They didn't just respond. They made a declaration. The Nike commercial opened in total silence. A dim locker room. Caitlin sits alone. She lifts her head, slowly opens one eye. At first glance, it looked like a CGI snake eye, a reptile-like iris glowing under shadows. Then people zoomed in, enhanced, paused, analyzed. What they discovered sent shockwaves across social media. It wasn't a snake eye. It was the Kobe Bryant Black Mamba logo, subtly built into her pupil. One single frame, a symbolic handoff. The fiercest competitor of his generation, passing the torch to the new one.
And in other Caitlin Clark news, Nike just released a brand new commercial featuring Caitlin Clark and her new Kobe shoe that she released today. And I saw this commercial yesterday on social media. I thought it was so cool. There's a shot when she's in the locker room and she opens her eye and it like turns into what looks like a snake eye, but when you zoom in, it's actually the Kobe logo in her eye. And as you know, Kobe's nickname was the Black Mamba. I just felt like across the board, this commercial was a 10 for 10. And a lot of people have have been getting on Nike because they don't feel like they have been promoting Caitlyn as much as they should. But I will say we have to give credit where credit is due. I feel like in the past month or so, they have been tweeting about Caitlyn more. And then obviously with this shoe release, they made this super sick commercial to promote it.
Within minutes, millions of reactions flooded in. Fan edits, slow motion breakdowns, comments flooded in. This is the hardest shot Nike has done in years. And she's not the future. She's the present. Nike didn't just promote Caitlyn, they anointed her. But that was only the first 10 seconds. The rest of the commercial escalated everything. From there, the ad went full Super Bowl mode. Caitlyn appeared alongside Aya Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Shakira Richardson, and other elite women who became symbols of ambition and dominance. The voiceover wasn't soft or inspirational. It was defiant. You'll be told you can't do it, so do it anyway. You'll be told you can't win, so win.
You can't take credit. You can't speak up. You can't be so ambitious. You can't break records. You can't have any fun. You can't make demands. You can't keep score. You can't stand out. Whatever you do, you can't win. So win.
Every shot, every line, every athlete carried the same message. Try to stop us, you won't. The viral explosion that followed centered entirely on Caitlyn. While every star delivered impact, her scenes felt like a spotlight moment, a signal that she wasn't just another athlete in an ad. She was becoming the face of the entire movement. Within hours, the numbers proved it. Tens of millions of views, thousands of edits, reaction videos across all platforms, trending in multiple countries. Research firms ranked it as top-tier Super Bowl-level emotional impact. For a rookie in her first season, it was unreal. But this commercial was only one piece of something much bigger. Caitlyn had already been quietly transforming every brand she touched. Gatorade water bottles sold out in days. Wilson released special edition basketballs with her initials. They became collector items instantly. The CC monogram turned into one of the most requested logos for apparel and merch. Kids brought Caitlyn-branded Gatorade bottles to school. Her signature basketballs appeared on resale sites at premium prices. The pattern was undeniable. Every brand Caitlyn worked with saw the same result. Viral clips, skyrocketing sales, massive search spikes, engagement levels unheard of in women's sports. Nike wasn't just promoting her. Nike was betting their entire brand credibility on her, and they won. What shocked everyone inside the industry was how naturally Caitlyn handled all of this. She didn't look overwhelmed. She didn't look scripted. She looked authentic. Brands don't just want reach, they want authenticity on camera. Caitlyn checks both boxes better than almost anyone of her generation. Nike's choice to center the entire commercial around "Do It Anyway" was brilliant because it matched Caitlyn's entire brand identity. She's the player who took logo threes before people believed women should shoot that far. She's the one who filled arenas that had been half empty for years. She broke records nobody thought were reachable. The ad didn't just showcase talent, it showcased her mentality. Here's what Nike's commercial really revealed. Caitlyn Clark isn't just a promising rookie. She's a cultural movement, and movements don't slow down, they grow. Brands understand this now. The LPGA got it. They built an entire event around her and saw massive engagement. Gatorade understands. Wilson understands. Nearly every major sponsor is fighting for a chance to secure even one commercial appearance with her. This is what happens when a player stops being an athlete and becomes a brand. This is what happens when commercials don't just promote products, they promote movements. The real question Nike answered wasn't whether they'd support Caitlyn. It was whether they were willing to bet their entire brand narrative on her. And they did. Her next shoe drop will shatter sales records. Her next commercial will go viral on impact. Every brand that wasn't sure about her a year ago is now fighting for a contract. If this video opened your eyes to something you missed, hit that like button. Subscribe for more deep dives into sports culture and the people changing the game. Drop a comment below. What moment from Caitlyn's rise shocked you the most? Thanks for watching.
So it looked like Caitlin Clark is about to return to the basketball court sooner than expected. I'm here to tell you, Caitlin Clark is about to be on a team with Angel Reese. Yes, she's about to be on a basketball team with Angel Reese. Team USA is about to kick off training camp. Caitlin Clark is making her mark. She's definitely playing in this.
Caitlin Clark just walked into Team USA's December training camp, and A'ja Wilson is watching from home. This is the moment A'ja has been dreading for months, because this is not just another practice, not just another photo op in a different jersey. This camp is where USA Basketball quietly chooses who will lead them into the 2026 World Cup and the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. And Caitlin Clark is in the building. A'ja Wilson is not.
Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, Angel Reese, and Juju Watkins will be among the 10 players making their USA Basketball Senior National Team Camp debuts next month, when the storied basketball program hosts a training camp at Duke University from December 12th to December 14th.
For years, A'ja has been sold as the face of women's basketball, champion, MVP, the safe, established star the league could build around. But somewhere along the way, the game picks somebody else.
Fall soon. I mean, I don't know how much access we'll actually have to this, but Team USA announced the official invites for the training camp they'll be having in December, and Caitlin Clark amongst them, as is her teammate Aaliyah Boston. So those teammates get to team up for Team USA, which makes a lot of sense. And I've said for a while, I think that the next version of the USA Olympic team could be a bit of a dream team, given you'll have the players that came up in this explosive era of basketball, along with the remaining veterans who are still in their prime, and it will be this recognizable roster, of course, headlined by Caitlin Clark, who rather famously didn't make the team in 2024.
And tonight, that choice could not be more obvious. Inside Duke's gym, you've got Sue Bird, Kara Lawson, and a room full of WNBA and college coaches watching the future of Team USA run up and down the floor. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Juju Watkins, Paige Buchers, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, all sharing the same court, all auditioning for the same golden era.
When it is, we are going to see Caitlin Clark back on a basketball court with other participants. This is going to be rather interesting because we are going to see Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Beckers all playing together. Now, we talked about the fact that Team USA, I believe it is in March, is going to play, I believe, in some qualifiers. That's probably when we're going to get to see Caitlin Clark play actual meaningful basketball again. But training camp is coming. The senior camp is coming. And it's coming in like 2 weeks.
The cameras are pointed at one person. Everywhere Caitlin goes, ratings follow, crowds sell out, and tickets jump. She isn't just another guard fighting for a roster spot. She is the most powerful engine in women's sports right now.
A'ja Wilson started this whole thing, which is complete BS and nonsense. This should never be a conversation, and it wouldn't be a conversation. We would just be talking about how great and entertaining we think Caitlin Clark is. We just be talking about how dominant A'ja Wilson is. We just be talking about how nice Paige Beckers is. But no, A'ja Wilson started this. Don't forget that.
But if you're A'ja Wilson, that reality has been getting harder and harder to ignore. Think about the last year. Caitlin signs a massive shoe deal and instantly becomes the face of the brand. Her merch sells out in minutes. Clips of her unboxing her own shoe go viral. Her logo is everywhere. Suddenly, social media starts pushing another narrative. What about A'ja? Why doesn't she have this? Why is Clark getting everything? Instead of letting Caitlin's moment breathe, the timeline turns into a comparison war. Every award Clark wins, every record she breaks, every cover she lands, the same energy pops up around A'ja. She shares quotes about being patient. What is delayed is not denied. On the surface, it sounds positive. Underneath, it feels like a public reminder that she still thinks the spotlight should eventually land back on her. Meanwhile, Caitlin just keeps hooping. Rookie season, triple doubles, logo threes, road crowds treating fever games like playoff events. When she speaks, she never attacks other players. She credits veterans, praises teammates, and keeps the focus on the growth of the game. That contrast matters, because when USA Basketball invites Caitlin Clark to senior camp, they're not just rewarding stats. They are signaling what kind of star they want, leading them into a home Olympics. Somebody who can run the offense, somebody who can sell out arenas on every continent, and somebody who understands that when the spotlight hits, you use it to grow the sport, not to keep score on social media. Imagine being Asia right now. You're a champion. You've won everything there is to win domestically. You've been told for years that this is your era. But when the most important camp of the next decade tips off, you're not in the gym. You're on your phone, staring at photos of a player 5 years younger than you, wearing the jersey you always thought you'd own without question. You see Caitlin in Team USA gear, laughing with Aaliyah Boston. You see videos of her hitting deep threes in front of coaches you thought already knew who you were. You see the comment sections. This is her team now. Build Team USA around Clark. And no matter how many times you tell yourself it's just one camp, it doesn't feel like just one camp. It feels like the sport has quietly moved on without you. That's the real meltdown. Not some screaming rant, not flipping tables or calling people out by name. The meltdown is the sinking feeling that for the first time in your career, the future doesn't revolve around you. It revolves around the player you and your fans spent months trying to minimize. So what happens next? For Caitlin, this is the start of a new chapter. If she clicks with Boston, if she proves she can run the American offense on the international stage, she's not just a WNBA star anymore. She becomes the face of global basketball, World Cups, home soil Olympics, commercials, documentaries, and kids around the world wearing her number because they saw her do something insane in red, white, and blue. For Asia, there are only two paths. She can keep leaning into the comparisons, the cryptic posts, the unspoken resentment, or she can finally accept what's already true. Caitlin Clark is not the enemy. She is the expansion pack. She brings more money, more attention, more respect to a game that never had enough of it. The question is whether Asia wants to fight that tide or surf it. Because this much is clear. Team USA just told the world who they believe the next decade belongs to. And if that hurts, maybe that's the part that needs to change. Do you think Asia Wilson is just jealous of Caitlin Clark? Or does she have a point about how the spotlight is being handed out? Let me know in the comments. And if you're still watching, drop Team Clark down below so I know who made it to the end.